I remember when I was first vegan, it was really hard to find delicious sweets and treats. People would make cookies with applesauce in them and they just tasted wrong. These chocolate chip cookies are adapted from the Toll House cookies of your childhood, but they are even better. And I'm not gonna claim that they're a health food, but the oatmeal and the walnuts in them do add some health benefits that other vegan sweets don't have. Welcome to Kat's Vegan Kitchen. Remember, you can always find the full recipe in the description below. And if you love this recipe, please hit that thumbs up button so you never miss a recipe. Let's get started. We're gonna start by whisking together our dry ingredients. We want 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, a teaspoon of salt, and 2 cups of rolled oats. Oatmeal adds a little bit of fiber, iron, and zinc to these cookies. It also adds a little bit of protein. Next, we're going to cream together our shortening, our sugar, and our egg. But since we're not using real eggs in this recipe, we have to make up our fake egg first. I love Bob's Red Mill egg replacer, and I use it often in baking recipes. For this type of egg replacer, we use 1 tablespoon of egg replacer and 2 tablespoons of water for every egg in the recipe. Because there are 2 eggs in this recipe, we are using 2 tablespoons of egg replacer and 1/4 cup of water. This recipe also calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I like to mix it in with my egg replacer because it makes it easier to cream it with the sugars and shortening. Our sugars and shortening, we're going to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of white sugar, 1 full cup of shortening. Now this is a lot of shortening, but this does make 2 dozen cookies. To that, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of hot water, then add your egg vanilla mixture right into your sugar and shortening. And we're going to beat that till it's nice and blended. This is an important step that we shouldn't skimp on. We want to make sure our sugar and shortening are blended together really well, and we want to make sure that it's nice and light and creamy. See how it's really well blended and it's starting to form little peaks. That's how you know you're ready. Now we're gonna slowly add our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients. Our last 2 ingredients are 1 1/4 cup chocolate chips and 1/4 to 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts. Now you want to fold those in by hand. You know, a 2020 study published in the journal Nutrients said that eating walnuts every day could increase your memory and help with brain functioning. So you can think of these cookies as little brain boosters. You can tell anyone that questions that a science teacher told you it's true. We're gonna roll these into golf ball size cookies, and we are going to put them on an ungreased baking sheet. Make sure at this point you preheat your oven to 375 degrees. I like to put parchment paper on my cookie sheet because it makes for an easier cleanup. If you do use parchment paper, it will cause the cookies to spread out a little bit more. So if you want a thicker cookie, put them directly on the cookie sheet. I'm gonna bake my cookies for about 8 to 10 minutes or until they're golden brown on the bottom. That whole recipe beginning to end took me just about 30 minutes and made a whole plate of deliciousness. Grab your favorite non-dairy milk, grab a cookie, and dunk away. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope to see you next time on Kat's Vegan Kitchen.